Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I have some finished pieces of jewelry that I wanted to share with you all today that I've made from the most recent Potomac Beads Treasure Edition subscription box, the one for October 2023. It's called Ghoulish Goodies. I'll put a link in the corner of this video and in the description box below to the unboxing video I did for this subscription in case you want to watch it, where I go into a little bit more detail about all the beads and everything that came in the box. I'll also put a link in the description box below to the page on the Potomac Beads website where you can read about both subscriptions and subscribe if it's something you're interested in. They have the Treasure Edition, which is the one that I get, and then they also have the Kit Edition, which is, I think you get 3 different projects each month and everything you need to make each project included with a written pattern. And then they also have video tutorials that you can go by if you'd rather learn how to make the piece that way. They have a ton of videos on their YouTube channel. You can learn any kind of beading that you want to learn. Stringing, bead weaving, wire working, macrame, just kumihimo, just anything. They have a video on it. They have just a ton of videos on their YouTube channel. It's a really great place to learn. This first necklace here, I did a video on it, and I used the check glass 10mm faceted beads that came in the box here for the focal. I used 3 of them. There were 4, and I used 3 of them, so I've got 1 left. And then I used the 8mm white magnesite gemstones that came in the box, and I used some of my bead caps around each of those. And I did some wire wrapped links with my 22 gauge German style wire that I use all the time. And then I did some silver chain on the back, and I did a lobster clasp and an extender chain, and I got a little black bicone out of my stash, out of my bead soup, and put it on a ball head pin and made a little dangle to go off the extender chain there. So that's the first piece I did, and I did a video on it, and I'll put a link in the description box below to the video in case you want to watch it. So hold on, I'll get the next piece. Okay, this is the next thing I made from the box, and it's a necklace and earring set, and I did a video on this, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below too. I used the check glass pressed square beads. I think the color was Fire Swirl on these. I've misplaced my little baggies that the beads came in, so I don't have them right in front of me, but I believe Fire Swirl was the color. And then these little Potomac crystal bicones, I think were light peridot was the color on these. I just love their bicones. They're so well made and so pretty. And I just did a pattern of 3 of the squares with a bicone between. And I did put some of my little galvanized silver seed beads between all the beads. And then at the focal area, I did 5 of the squares. And then I just did that all the way. And then I didn't put any chain on the back of it because I'm trying not to make such terribly long necklaces all the time like I tend to do. So I'd put a lobster clasp and a little bit of extender chain. I didn't have any of the green bicones left because I used them all up in this and some earrings I'm going to show you here in a minute. Or I would have hung one of those off the extender chain as a dangle, but I didn't have one left, so I used one of the 4mm hyacinth colored bicones that came in the box. And then these 2 larger squares I found in the check glass mix that was in the box, and they were just like the little squares, so I used those for earrings. I just put them on some ball head pins and did a wire wrapped loop, and then I used some of my 22 gauge German style wire and did one of the smaller squares with 2 of the green bicones on either side and a little seed bead between those, and did some wire wrapped loops on each side, and then put them on some fishhook ear wires there. So that's my second set, the second piece I made, and it's a set obviously, and like I said, I did a video, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below. So I have some earrings and a necklace left that I did not do videos on, so hold on, I'll be back. Okay, I've got a couple of pair of earrings here that I made, some hoop earrings, and I used the round, I think they're called endless forms that came in the box. Like I said, I've misplaced all my little baggies, so I don't have them in front of me, but I believe that's what they're called because I've used them before. I did a pair of earrings before, and I used one of the teardrop shaped ones, and these are the round ones, and I just did brick stitch around the forms. I used some galvanized silver delicas, and then in these I used, these green delicas are either peridot or chartreuse. I can't remember. I've already put my little tube of beads away, so I'm not really sure what the color was, but they're either peridot or chartreuse. And then I used some 15-0 seed beads to make some little picots there. And then I put some of the 4mm light peridot bicones between all the picots there to decorate the outside. These probably would be better if I used 3mm bicones, because these are a little bit crowded, but I wanted to use the bicones that came in the box because they're pretty and I like them. So I wanted to use those, but it might be better to use 3mm between around the outside instead of 4mm ones. And then I just put a little wire guard at the top and put them on some fish hook ear wires. And then these orange ones are the same. I used some galvanized silver delicas, and I think the orange delicas are called opaque orange. And then I did the same thing with the little picots of 15-0s around the outside, and then the hyacinth colored 4mm Potomac bicones around the outside. And I put them on, I put a wire guard in and put them on some fish hook ear wires. So those were the earrings that I made. So I have one necklace left, so hold on. Okay, this is the last necklace that I made. I didn't do a video on this either, but for the necklace part, I used the 4mm Potomac pearls, and they were cream colored, that came in the box, and the 8-0 Montana blue seed beads that came in the box. And I just did a little pattern of 3 of the 4mm beads with some galvanized silver 11-0s between all the beads. And then between the sections of 3 4mm beads, I did a 11-0 and an 8-0 and an 11-0, and I just did that all along the necklace. And then I did a lobster clasp, and I didn't put any chain on this either. I just did an extender chain, and I put one of the little I had one 4mm pearl left, and I put it on the on a ball head pin and did a wire wrapped loop and put it as a dangle off the extender chain. For the pendant here, this is cubic right angle weave, and I did not invent this. There's lots of videos out there about how to do all kinds of different shapes with cubic right angle weave. You can do circles and squares and rectangles and teardrops and just all kinds of shapes with the cubic right angle weave. But I did a circle here, and I used the 4mm, same 4mm pearls that are in the necklace. And then there's some 11-0s here that I used. They're called Matte Metallic Midnight is the color on those, and I thought they went well with the 8-0s that I have in the necklace here. And then along the outside, it's the same on both sides there. And on the outside, I filled in the spaces between the beads with some 15-0s. Around the outside, I did 2 15-0s, and around the inside, I did 1 15-0, and I did that on both sides, so it would be double-sided. I think I've mentioned before, when you make a shape with the cubic right angle weave, if you don't go around and fill in the spaces between the beads, it can be squishy and not good and firm. So that's why I did that. It makes it to be nice and firm where it's not squishy. And then I did a little strip of peyote here with some galvanized silver delica beads to attach it to the necklace. And just, zipped it together and used that as a bail. So that's everything. I didn't do a video on this either. But that's everything. So hold on, let me see if I can get it all in one picture, and I'll be back. Okay, those are all the pieces that I have made from the October 2023 Potomac Beads Treasure Edition subscription box. I really enjoy this box. I enjoy working with these beads. They're always really beautiful and really good, high quality beads. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description box below to the page on the Potomac Beads website that will tell you all about both subscriptions and where you can subscribe if it's something you're interested in. And like I said, their YouTube channel is just amazing. They have hundreds and hundreds of videos on their YouTube channel that will help you learn how to do any kind of beading that you want to do. It's just amazing how many videos they have. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.